So we're here with our December Yoga Student of the Month, Stormy Smith. Congratulations to Stormy. If you've been following this, we have had a Yoga Student of the Month every month since January. So here we are in December. And I asked Stormy to share a little bit about her experience with the guided self-practice class that we teach here at the Family Tree. So Stormy, if you don't mind, share with us what your experience has been.
So far, I've had a really great experience in the guided self-practice. It kind of is the next level for me as far as my yoga practice goes. I've been going for about a year now and realized that while I absolutely love my group classes, that there is so much more room for growth when I take that time to really build on my own practice and learn new poses, and I have someone that knows me and knows my style and can help me push to the edge versus just kind of doing what everybody else is doing.
Love it. Good distraction. And so how did you know what to do when you showed up for your first guided self-practice?
Well, luckily, Sandy kind of explained what we were going to do, but I have a few different pose guides at home that I've been using to help me break down poses that I could get better at in my group classes. So I used the pose guide, and then from there, as we were going through class, Sandy, knowing me and knowing my style, was able to come around and kind of course correct me and challenge me with some different things. So as we go along, it just keeps morphing into something else. And then I also have a one-on-one coming up with her, which we like to do in the guided self-practice, so that we can just expand and learn and spend some time with her, just really focusing in on exactly what we need to learn and to do.
All right, so let me ask you, are you distracted by other students, people who are practicing next to you but potentially doing different things than what you're doing?
In the beginning, I really was. The first class, you kind of looking around like, does anybody else know what they're doing? Am I the only one who doesn't know what I'm doing? But as you go through and you really kind of get deep into your breath and you kind of lose everything around you, which is really what you want to do in yoga. It's just like a group class. You got your mat and that's your zone and you just know what's going on in it.
Love it. Thank you. And how about telling us if you were concerned with your amount of material? Were you concerned you would have enough to fill your time, or did you think like, uh-oh, 4 poses in, what am I going to do if I can't think of anything else to do?
Well, I am an inherent box checker and list maker, so there was a big part of me that wanted to write down every single pose and just start doing them all in sequential order because I needed to fill an hour and 15 minutes. But really the reason that I come to yoga is to go completely away from that side of myself and to allow myself to just be. So I use my guided self-practice time for that, and while I'll write down 5 or 6 or 7 things that I want to make sure I hit on, I really just try to trust what my body needs and what I'm doing and use that as a check-in point, and then allow Sandy or the other instructors to come around and to give me guidance and to push me in different directions.
I like that you use the word trust. Just trust. What you're doing is just right. Yeah. And even if you finished well ahead of other students, then you just feel comfortable saying, I'm going to take Shavasana and I'm out.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it. It's really your own practice. All right, you talked about me helping out, and sometimes we occasionally have other people helping as well, other instructors. Did you feel like you were being watched, or was I working the room like circling like a shark in on you, or how did you feel that worked?
Because of my inherent list-making personality, I do really enjoy the course correction and making sure that I am doing things just so in the way that my body will accept me to do them. But in the beginning, just like with everyone else, it's a little distracting, but as you get used to it, I think there are times where you've come up to me and I don't even realize you're there. Mm-hmm. So it kind of morphs as you get more comfortable in the space and with what you're trying to do for yourself. The instructors are there, but they're only there when you need them.
Ooh, I like that. Good. Well, how does a guided self-practice compare to a group class for you? A group-led class?
Sure. I have a very mind-intensive job, so there are days absolutely where I want to come in and I want to be in a group class and I just want to be told what to do, and there's a time and a place for that, absolutely. But as you grow and you realize that you're only doing what the instructor's telling you to in a group class, guided self-practice lets you take the next step where not only are you learning about all the poses instead of just mimicking them, but you're also learning about yourself and learning about where you can take your practice. So I feel like it's been a great experience for me to grow and to get even better in my practice, where I do still love my group class. This is just the next step.
Thank you for sharing that. And what is your favorite yoga pose right now?
Right now, probably I would say downward dog is my favorite, just because I've spent so much time working that I feel like I'm just hunched over and the whole back of my body is just a mess. So just that whole stretching of all the parts of me is fantastic.
Good. Well, it has been a joy watching your practice grow and thrive and change and your whole journey. So thank you for sharing it, and especially your experience with the guided self-practice. We will offer this again in the new year on Tuesday evenings and every other Saturday. So if you have questions, you can certainly ask us about it, or just show up and give one a try. So thank you, and namaste. Thank you, Stormy.